I can tell you one thing. Growing up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, summer times was like a movie, man. I remember this one particular summer back in 87, man. I was around 18 years old, and me and my friends was hanging out on the block. When one of our little men's came by, he was like, yo, they getting ready to have a fight. They getting ready to have a fight on Quincy. And I'm like, who getting ready to fight on Quincy? He's like, Candy. Candy getting ready to have a fight on Quincy. Now, guys, let me tell y'all about Candy. Her name was Candace, but we called her Candy. Now, Candy was the cutest little girl, man. She was a cute little light-skinned girl, little dimple on the cheek. She's around about 16 years old. And she was just a really nice girl, but she was always getting bullied, man. I think the bullying started when she was real young because even though Candy was very cute, like she didn't look like anybody else in her family, which also started the rumors that Candy was adopted, which made kids tease her. And to this day, I don't know that Candy was really adopted, but I just want to set the story straight. But anyway, as I said, Candy was very cute, and a lot of guys in the neighborhood liked her, even though she wasn't very popular. And the bad thing about that was the real popular girls really hated Candy because not only was she not popular, she was cute, and that made boys like her. So sometimes girls made that to be the enemy. And it seemed like every other week you was hearing about somebody snatching Candy or somebody smacking Candy or even worse, somebody chasing Candy off her own block, right? But this summer was different. We all know a little something more mature about Candy that we didn't notice before. But anyway, back to the story. Me and my friend went over to Quincy Street, right? And we seen all these kids gathering around, and we saw Candy like standing in the middle of a whole bunch of girls. So me and my friend, we walked over. I was like, yo, Candy, man, don't be letting these people big you up to go fighting nobody, man. You don't need to be fighting nobody, Candy. And one of the little girls stepped up and said, you need to mind your business. This girl on Green Avenue said she gonna kick Candy's butt. And Candy said she ain't going for it. And we don't blame her. We got her back, right, Candy? Everybody's like, yeah, we got your back. I said, Candy, do not trust these little girls. You know they are not your friend. Because the truth is they weren't Candy's friends. Like each one of these girls then had a turn at kicking Candy's ass one other summer, right? But all of a sudden they got her back because she's fighting against a girl from another block. Listen, I told Candace she shouldn't do it, but Candace felt like she knew what she was doing. So anyway, man, just as we stand there talking, all of a sudden we heard a bunch of noise. And when we looked towards the corner, it was a big group of girls coming around the corner. Man, it was a crowd of them. And up front was walking like 5 girls from Green Avenue. And let me tell you something. These girls from Green Avenue, they didn't play around. They came from the apartment building over there in Green Avenue. They did not play around. Them girls known for kicking butt, and they looked like they was ready to kick some butt that day. Now listen, it wasn't just those 5 or 6 girls. They also had about 20 people from their block walking behind them, because that's how it was in Bed-Stuy, man. If somebody from your block was going to another block to fight, everybody is coming to look. So you could imagine all of the people from Quincy met up at the corner patching out with all the people from Green. And it was a big hoorah. And everybody's like, oh, boy, it's going now. And let me tell you something. The girl from Green Avenue that was supposed to fight Candy, that girl looked like a grown woman that just got out of jail, man. This girl was so big. I was like, nah, this is not going to be a fair fight. It's not going to be a fair fight. And to my surprise, Candace was like, I don't care. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Everybody's like, oh, yo, listen. The block was going crazy because we wasn't used to seeing Candace talk tough. But anyway, man, they got in the middle of the street, man, and they got to going, man. Yo, listen. The fight hadn't even got started good before that big girl grabbed Candace around her neck and was slinging her T-shirt with her inside of it all around the street. But, man, when Candace got her footing, all of a sudden them dukes came out. Bop, 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 bop. She gave that big girl a 2-piece so fast, it swole up that girl eye, and the girl just stopped and just stopped fighting in shock. Like she couldn't believe that Candace punched her all up in her eye. She literally froze. Everybody was like, fight, get it, Candace. Boy, Candace took advantage of her being in shock. Candace jumped on that girl and gave her so many knuckle sandwiches. I know she went home with a full belly, man. Let me tell you something. The crowd went wild. They had to literally peel Candy off the girl. Yo, even I was screaming, and I don't even like fighting, but I was screaming for Candace. I was like, yeah, you got her. Yo, listen, everybody was laughing and cheering. And those girls from Green definitely tried to jump Candy. But guess what? To my surprise, her homegirl from Quincy said, nah, y'all not jumping nobody. The little girls from Quincy, yo, they kept their word. They was like, yo, y'all not jumping Candy today. Candy down with us. Y'all better take that junk back to Green Avenue. And I was like, oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Yo, listen. I was so proud of them. Now listen, I live right in the middle of Green Avenue, Quincy. I just favor the Quincy girls a little bit more because I grew up with some of their brothers and stuff, man. But it wasn't real no different. But the main thing is everybody's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody was cheering on Candy. And you could tell Candy was so happy, man, because she wasn't used to people having her back like that, man. And Candy whipped that girl from Green Avenue in front of everybody, man. And let me tell you something. We was out there dancing, Candy, Candy. And she was so happy, man. And yo, out of nowhere, we heard somebody say, I know she whipped that girl from Green Avenue, but I know she know better than to mess with me. I will whip her ass. And yo, everybody just stopped the chant. And I looked over there by the sidewalk. There was this big, tall girl. Now, this girl do not look like she's even in the same age category as Candy. Everybody looking like, who you? She like, yeah, Candy came around my way talking trash the other day. That's why I came down here to see what's up and see if she want to fight me. Yo, me and my friends was like, nah, man, now we jumped to the street like, nah, that ain't going down. Candace then already fought this big-ass ogre from Green Avenue. Y'all not going to all jump on her today. Yo, Candace, you don't have to deal with this. And guess what, guys? Candace was like, nah, I got this. If she wanted, I got some knuckle sandwiches for her too. And everybody's like, oh, yo, look, I couldn't believe it. Yo, man, I screamed so much that day, man. I was almost out of breath. I couldn't believe little Candy. Little Candy was ready to go. And the girl stood up there like, whatever. And she came over there like, yo, like I'm with it. And she was flailing her arms and everything. And guess what? Candy didn't even wait for her to get ready. Candy jumped through the air like a damn alley cat, landed right on her. Boom, 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 pop, pop, boom, 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 pop, pop. Yo, let me tell you something. Candy chopped that girl down the side so fast, man. I remember like it was yesterday. Yo, there was adults, there was people in their 40s that don't condone violence that was on the block cheering. Do you hear me? This is Quincy Street, summertime. The grown folks was even cheering for Candy. Everybody knew that today was Candy's day. Let me tell you something. Candy put so many feet in that girl behind that the girl ran off the block. Do you hear me? Candy chased the girl off the block, man. Yo, let me tell you something, man. It was pandemonium in Bed-Stuy that summer, man. Yo, we was so proud, man. And I was so proud of Candy, because let me tell you something. The only thing was ran on Candy was her knuckles. Them girls ain't put a paw on her, man. And let me tell you something, man. Wow, that was the most memorable thing happened that summer. But I have to tell you the other part. Yeah, you guessed it. If you from the hood, you guessed it. Candy had to go back the rest of the summer and prove to them same girls from her block, Quincy Street, that wasn't just a lucky fight. She had to whip each and every girl on her block that summer to get her proper respect. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now, man. Everybody remembers that day. And everybody knows that Candy might be the cute little girl, but you better protect your neck, because Candy got them paws. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, baby. Always a movie.